This is what exactly?
This was my room. I used to live here, or used to be a patient here, but I guess you kind of figured that out already.
I mean, the thought crossed my mind, but I never really knew for sure. Why were you here?
When you see my medical history, obviously you know I have some issues. And I've had them for a pretty long time.
How long are we talking?
As long as I can remember. My mom brought me here when I was really young, but she never told me exactly why.
You ever asked her?
She's really around to ask. And the doctors would never tell me to my face either, but I'd always hear them say things like violent episodes or delusions, stuff you can't just tell a little kid. I ran all kinds of tests and pinned just about every disorder you could think of on me at some point or another. And they settled on schizophrenia eventually, but I don't even think they knew for sure. I'm on a lot of medication most of the time I was here. I got used to it after a while, and it helped, but not enough.
What do you mean?
Well, one of the problems I was having was hallucinations. I had a lot of them. Part of me knew they weren't real, but that still didn't make them go away. Maybe I just didn't want them to at the time. At one point they got so bad I kept escaping from my room, like hide in the maintenance tunnel or run off to Rosswood Park, which isn't that far away from here. And whenever they would find me, I would say that I was hiding from whatever it was I was seeing, so they'd bring me back and didn't have much of a choice except to lock me in here. That's when it was at its worst. I'd be clawing at the walls and screaming at all hours of the night. Had to up my dosage just to calm me down, to the point where I was almost numb.
But these hallucinations, what did they look like?
Well, that's the thing, I can't remember any of them. Probably because of the medication. It didn't cure me exactly, but it kind of leveled me out enough that I was able to go to a normal school, got transferred to another facility, got into college. That's where I met Brian, the first real friend I remember having.
That's where I met Alex too, right?
When I saw that footage that you got from him, and that person in the background or whatever it was, I couldn't help but think, what if that's what I was seeing when I was in here? What if that wasn't a hallucination at all?
Wait, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying, what if this is my fault? Alex could be a normal person, you could be living a normal life, so could Jessica, so could everybody else if it wasn't for me. I have no way of knowing that for sure. That's always going to be in the back of my mind. How am I supposed to handle that?
I don't think shifting the blame is really going to help anyone right now.
I blamed everybody else except for me, and I could be the one that started it.
I think you just need to relax because all the stress is probably making you really paranoid.
But what if I'm right? What if what happened to me is happening to Alex right now?
But I do know that you're not like him, not entirely anyway.
I'm running around in the woods with a mask on at night.
I know, but you're not pointing a gun at your head either.
That's it. No more secrets.
sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Blue sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, it's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, it's a place to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue, you get it right, but soon comes Mr. Night, creeping over. Now his hand is on your shoulder. Never mind, I remember you this way. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue Sky, so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do.